Hello, everybody. It's time for the answers for Daily Dictation 400, our DD 400 challenge. Ooh, yeah. This was a little bit more difficult. Some really excellent English, some great stuff from an excellent assignment. And you can get that assignment. You can buy that assignment in the description below. Better than buying the assignment, join our classes. Up above here, you see over here. Ooh, they're way over here. Yeah, my arm got cut off. www.letsmasterenglish.com/free. Try some lessons for free. Okay, it's time for the answers. Let's listen one more time.
In fat times and lean, the city's pols and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic, big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive, or at least survive.
In fat times and lean, the city's pols and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic, big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive or at least survive. Yeah, there you go. So this is from DDM 141, and the title that I gave it was Detroit's Demise. Good title, good lesson. Look at such good stuff here. So it's not that bad. So we got this word, those two. In my opinion, those are the only difficult words. There might be some new vocabulary, but the pronunciation was pretty clean. Those two words, I think, were the trickiest, and so do my students too. So let's go ahead and practice here. In fat times. Now, something we learn in DDM, we learn it all the time, is similar sounds need to hook up together. In fat times, in fat times, in fat times and lean. This D is going to disappear. In fat times and lean, and lean. Now look at that. The N and the L, dark L, can be the same position. And lean. Ooh, and lean. Yeah, same tongue position. Or I could make it different and use a light L. And lean, and lean, and lean, and lean, and lean. Which is easier? The light L or the dark L? The dark L is easier. The N, L, same position. It's much easier. Okay? That's what native speakers usually will do. They'll take the easy route. In fat times and lean, in fat times and lean, the city's pols. The city's pols? What's a pol? I'll talk about that later. The city's pols. And power brokers, once again, get rid of that D, and power brokers chose to focus their energy. Focus their energy. Now, when we have the word focus, we usually need the preposition on. Here it is down here. Boom, boom, boom. So chose to focus on. So the A and B chose to focus on. Focus what? Focus their attention, focus their money, focus their time, focus their, get that STH. Focus their, focus their energy and their, once again, another N, get rid of that, and their resident, and what I'm doing is I'm doing a stop T, good strong S, resident tax dollars on, and now we got our focus. Okay, so good. We want that unity. To focus on, phrasal verb. To focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic. Good word. And the perfect pronunciation is gigantic. And what did he say? He's an American. He said gigantic, gigantic. And he canceled out that T sound. And he canceled the T sound for the same reason we canceled the D sound here and here and here. The same reason. Okay, and we talk about those reasons in DDM. Get the free lessons, guys. They're free. Get the free lessons. Sign up for them. I tell you in the free lessons, okay? So once again, on gigantic, big ticket scams. Big ticket, stop sound. Ticket, you can see my tongue go to the T, but it just stops. Ticket scams. Ticket scams. While ignoring the basics that let cities thrive, or at least survive. And that's it. It's too easy. Repeat after me. You ready? In fat times and lean, the city's Pauls and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic, big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive, or at least survive. In fat times and lean, the city's Pauls and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive or at least survive.
In fat times and lean, the city's Pauls and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic, big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive, or at least survive.
So hopefully it's much easier to understand. I like to tell my students, if you can say it, you can hear it. If you can say it just like the American, then you should be able to hear it. Very important. So pronunciation is always key here. So let's look at the story here. Let me explain a little bit. Again, Detroit's demise. So in America, we have the city of Detroit. And I'm just going to show you a quick little map here. I'm going to bring this over. There we go. Can you see that? Yeah. So this is actually from the assignment. You can see this is the DDM 141 answers doc. We have PDFs and docs. And this is the state of Michigan right here, the state of Michigan, and right here is Detroit, okay, and this is right in the center. You can see this is the automotive, which means cars, okay? So this part of America, all that yellow section actually, lots of manufacturing jobs. And since the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, those jobs disappeared and cities died. So Detroit's demise means the fall of Detroit. And now, thank God, Detroit is starting to come back to life, but it was bad. It was really horrible for a long time, and it just kept getting worse. So Detroit's demise. That's what this story is talking about. In fat times, ooh, good expression. What does it mean in fat times? In times when there's lots of money. Money. And lean. In lean times. In times when there is not so much money. In fat times and lean. The city's Pauls, politicians, and power brokers. Who are the power brokers? big company owners, the rich people, those are the big power brokers. Maybe some religious leaders. So the city's Pauls and power brokers chose to focus on scams. So if we look at the sentence, in rich times and poor, the city's leaders chose to focus on scams. What are scams? Scams are business ideas, investments that are supposed to help everybody, but actually they never do. And some people get really rich and most people get nothing. They get absolutely nothing. That's a scam. It's a cheat. CHEAT. Scams, if you have performed a scam, you could go to jail. You should go to jail. But politicians and power brokers, they never go to jail. They just say, oh yeah, we tried to do good, but it didn't work. Yeah, we need more money. Give us more money and we can make it work. More money, more money, more money, more money. That's the idea. So in good times and in bad times, politicians and power brokers in Detroit, they only focused on illegal garbage. They chose to focus on huge, big ticket, very expensive. So a gigantic, huge. So not building a bridge, building the world's biggest bridge. So you can just build a regular bridge, a bridge with a good function. But Detroit wanted to make the world's most beautiful bridge with bicycle paths and blah, 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 blah. Big ticket, huge, just ridiculous. Things that are not actually important. They just need a simple bridge. They don't need some special bridge. They don't need the biggest building in the world. They just need a building. Do you understand? This is the idea. Now, they built the bridge, but whose benefit? Nobody uses the bridge. Nobody rides their bike over the bridge. Detroit is cold. It's windy. So only the construction guy and the politician, he made money. But everybody else, tax dollars, wasted tax dollars. So the city's politicians and power brokers chose to focus their energy, let's work for the rich guy, and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic, stupidly big ticket, really expensive scams. Businesses, investments, developments that were a cheat that only gave benefit to the rich people and the politicians and power brokers. While ignoring, during this time, they're ignoring, during the good times and the bad times, who are they ignoring? They're ignoring the basics that let cities thrive. The simple things that a city needs. A city needs good streets. A city needs good schools. A city needs good libraries. A city needs good police, good fire. A city needs, business infrastructure, good internet. But the politicians and power brokers, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let's build a bridge. Okay, stupid stuff. Big, ridiculous things, stupid things. They were ignoring the basics, infrastructure, power, sewer, water, internet, business areas, public housing, public hospitals, public schools. These are the basics. In order for a city to thrive, to live well. Well, maybe not live well, but they just need to survive. If you want a city to survive, you have to have police, you have to have fire, you have to have schools, you have to have hospitals, you have to have jobs for people. And if you don't have these things, if you have a lot of these things, the city will thrive, it will grow, it will be great. But you need those things to survive. And the politicians and power brokers, they didn't focus on the basics. So what happened? The city died. almost completely Detroit's demise. That's the idea of the whole story. It is a fantastic story. There's so much to learn in that story. And that, again, that was from DDM 141. So in the description, you can actually buy that lesson. Or better yet, you can join our classes. So if you have any questions, just send an email. help@letsmasterenglish.com and we will help you out. That's it, guys. Go ahead and listen to the video one more time. Have a fantastic day. Good luck on challenge 401. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
In fat times and lean, the city's pols and power brokers chose to focus their energy and their residents' tax dollars on gigantic big-ticket scams while ignoring the basics that let cities thrive, or at least survive.